I have a curiosity about how movement can be translated to an audience member and make them feel something. Several years ago, I heard a podcast by the brilliant and wise Rob Bell, and I imagined the story and the essence of that told through movement and dance. The message has everything to do with wherever they are in their life at that moment. If they are grieving somebody and healing from something that's been painful, they can feel like they can hopefully see themselves on stage and see that it's real and it's valid and they're not alone. Each act opens with narrators and they move to little excerpts of the podcast. So the gestures are really telling the story and introing to the audience the idea of what we're about to present. Act 1 is about the need for attention and how exterior validation is fleeting and it will never actually do the trick and find that like rooted satisfaction. And then it starts to morph into a competitiveness that's destructive, and ultimately it leaves you alone. And Act 2 is more about the contract of being a person, and despite where you're from and who you are and what your age is, you will experience loneliness and betrayal and anger and grief, and there's nobody that gets out from experiencing that range of emotions as a person. And Act 3 is a different type of lightness. Everything can truly fall apart and go sideways at any moment. But if this moment is going well, then you really stay present because life is unpredictable for all of us.
I don't know what it actually means.
The person that starts the duet is the person that is imagining someone they lost, and then they start the dancing on my own, which if you think about it, they're like reflecting that they're by themselves, and then that song comes on. And then they get to witness something else that is still not healthy, but at least it's something, and then they're still alone. Because sometimes like loneliness, loneliness is probably one of the hardest things to get through, and even when you watch people in a relationship that could be not working, maybe it's not in an A+ state, but at least they have somebody in some capacity or some friendship. So every year I do try to work and create a new piece, so the show has a little bit more content to it. It's always impressive to me what the cast, my program dancers, are able to do in such a short amount of time, but we basically remount this show in 3 weeks. All the ticket sales and proceeds go to the Lighthouse for Grieving Children. I truly feel that the message and the essence of the show couldn't align better with the mission of that charity. A special memory, there's so many memories connected to this show. I would say that backstage, there is so much pride from the dancers, like this really sincere, connected pride that they're presenting something meaningful and together. And feeling that and seeing that is incredibly rewarding, to be the person that is giving them that space to do that.
I just want everyone in the audience to know that it's about so much more than just the dancing. It's about the story of the dancers on stage. It's about the story of everyone in the audience, and most importantly, it's about the story of the charity that we're supporting.
I think I like the meaning of Act 3 the most. It almost feels like a type of healing in a way. We're coming out of like a dark hole, we find the light in the tunnel. We finally made it through to the other side.
You know, every year I get a couple emails that really make me cry a bit or take my breath away of like, wow, I couldn't imagine that it would impact somebody that much that they would feel compelled to write me and let me know. But then again, I took a podcast that inspired me and turned it into an entire show, so there's a ripple effect to everything that we do, right?